Hello friends, Ace Botane next episode. In this episode, we'll be discussing Chapter 11, Organism and Population, second part. One more part we need to finish this chapter. So what all things we'll be discussing, etc. For that, I will share the screen so it will be convenient for you. I think screen came, so we can proceed. So Organism and Population, second episode under Chapter 11. Topics, as usual, there'll be an introduction. Then growth models, then life history variations, and an introduction of population interaction. Next episode, we will finish the population interaction. And after that, 5 theory question, 5 NEET model question as usual with the key. So we can proceed to introduction. So when we come to growth models, so growth. What is meant by growth? Growth we already studied in last chapter, botany chapter of first year, plant growth and development, where we studied there. So growth generally means increase. And this increase, that increase in inverted comma, have different variables like size, length, volume, mass, number, etc. This way it proceeds, increase. So variable parameters will be utilized to define the term increase. Naturally, different types of growth patterns or models are available. And based on it, different life history variations seen. And that may extend up to population interactions. That is how this proceeds in a sequential manner. That is regarding introduction. Now we'll be proceeding to growth models. Here we are concerned with the population. We are discussing population concerned with its respective growth models. In which pattern they are growing, how or which pattern the population is growing. That is due to based on environment, its pressure, etc. Two patterns we have to learn under syllabus. One is exponential growth and one is logistic growth. I think idea clear. Now we can proceed to second page. So when we come to second page, this graph is so famous, direct NCERT graph, labeling question, different manner, it will be asking or asked. Similarly, based on these two lines, one is like a red or pink, one is blue-green, two types of growth we will be explaining. So a enlarged graph from NCERT figure 11.3. Now, as usual, remember, we will be proceeding NEET daily dose for 2026. Every day, 1 or 2 questions I will be adding. It requires only 17, 18 or 20 seconds. First question will come. Then after a few seconds, answer will come with a blinking model, pop-up model. It will be coming. So every day, I will be putting it 1 or 2 questions daily. I will be proceeding for 26 NEET, now 25 over 26 NEET. That way it will be proceeding daily dose. Already 42 questions are there. Still it will be added. So subscribe Ace Botane, so you'll be getting all this. Then we'll be continuing our PYQ question series. We temporarily stopped it. We'll be continuing it. Along with it, theory will be proceeding. Once theory is in YouTube, entire chapter of botany, then we'll be taking small parts and explaining for 5 minutes, 6 minutes that way. So it will be useful for you for the last minute preparation. First, I have to finish the entire theory. Now 3 more chapters remaining. First year, cell is there. Bioclassification is there. Cell we are proceeding. Second year, this chapter is proceeding. 1 more episode needed. Then after that, ecosystem is there. So within 1 month or 1.5 months, entire portion will be over. Then we'll be doing small segments of each chapter. So it'll be easy for you. Okay, we can proceed. So first type of growth pattern, that is exponential growth. See, exponential means a type of geometric fashion of growth, exponential growth, geometric fashion of growth that we studied in plant growth and development again. So exponential growth means enormous growth, geometric fashion of growth. And for this, resources will be unlimited for the growth. Unlimited resources. So what is meant by resources? Food should be there, space should be there. And under these circumstances, species will try to produce maximum offsprings. When we remember Darwin, he also proposed such a theory, Darwin's view of natural selection theory, and results in exponential or geometric fashion when all facilities are available. And this intrinsic rate of natural increase, it is refers to be biotic potential, represented by the symbol small r. Now, any increase or decrease in a population, that is N0 during time t there's a simple formula for it. dN by dt equals B minus D into N. B means birth or per capita birth rate. D means per capita death rate. So B by D equals R. All right. then dn by dt equals r capital N. Simple equation to connect with exponential growth. I think idea clear. Now this value of R means B minus D, is important parameter chosen for assessing impacts of any biotic or abiotic factor on population growth. And few examples, numerals given in NCERT, it is a usual question for theory and NEET. Theory, fill in the blank, NEET, direct questions. Example, Norway, rat, R is 0.015. For floor beetles, it is 0.12. Now, human population in 1981, the R value for human population in India was 0.0205. Now, NCERT asking a question, current R value in India. Current R value means is it based on census of 2021? Likewise, so India is around, we can say range 0.0074 to 0.0147. That is given there. So birth rate minus death rate per 1,000 individuals. That way it is calculated. I think idea clear. Now we can proceed to next page. These are the two famous graphs showing exponential growth as well as logistic. This is exponential growth. I think idea clear. Now we can proceed to next page. So equation describes exponential or geometric growth pattern. Here you can find the equation. It's given there. So geometric growth pattern of a population, figure 11.3 NCERT given there, that graph results in a J shape. There is a question, J shape. Certain increase in growth, J shape curve. And when we plot n in relation to time, n means number, time t. So we'll be getting a J-shaped curve, and that is showing exponential growth. Integral form of the exponential growth equation as integral form, that also given NCERT, nt equals n0 e raised to rt. Each numerals, each symbol, what it stands for given there. Nt equals population density after time t, n0 equals population density at time 0. R is intrinsic rate of natural increase, R, B minus D. Then E means base of natural logarithm. It is 2.71828, etc. You may be familiar, logarithms. That is regarding the first type of growth, exponential growth. I think idea clear. Now we have to proceed to logistic growth. So first we should identify what is the meaning of the term logistic. Logistic general meaning is a limit, or another expansion of it is beyond which not possible. There is a limit for it, beyond which not possible. But exponential, it is even a limit, it will be going up. Here it is logistic, so beyond which not possible. There is a limit. Different reasons are there. That is what we will be observing. See, in nature, a given habitat has enough resources to support a maximum possible number, beyond which no further growth is possible. I think at that point is clear. Now, regarding this limit, so this limit is, when we come to this limit, as nature's carrying capacity, represented by the symbol K, it's an important symbol, K, for that species in that habitat. So for a given species in that habitat, only this much number is maximum possible. Nature is carrying capacity, because otherwise resistance will come. That we'll be observing after this. A population growing in a habitat with limited resources. Previous case unlimited, here it is limited resources. Show initially a lag phase. Graph you can find here, it will be clear. A lag phase followed by acceleration. So you can find gradually it is increasing. And later a deceleration, that is this way, coming down, slightly coming down, and finally an asymptote parallelly proceeding. So 3 steps, where population density reaches the carrying capacity. So this is the K. So you can find here, up to that level only logistic growth comes. Beyond that, it's not possible. But exponential growth, it is even passing carrying capacity. So beautiful, simple graph, easy to follow both type of growth and formulas given there. So I think up to that, it is clear. So population reaches up to carrying capacity. It is K. In graphical representation, that is a plot of n relation to time. Time given, n given, relation to time results in a sigmoid curve. So this type of curve is called sigmoid curve, like an S shape, sigmoid curve. And this type of population growth is called, another important term for exam theory entrance, World-Hest Pearl logistic growth. So along that logistic growth, after a time, it will be parallel proceeding. So it is often referred to be that population growth is called World-Hest Pearl logistic growth. And represented by the equation, another famous equation, dn by dt equals small r capital N within bracket k minus n by k. So what is meant by that k minus n by k that I written here? K minus n by k is carrying capacity, n is number. Influence of environmental resistance over the biotic potential. Influence of environmental resistance over the biotic potential. That is given by the equation k minus n by k. And that is a part of here, where n is population density time at time t, r is intrinsic rate of natural selection, k is carrying capacity. Under normal natural condition, logistic growth model is more realistic one. It's a famous question. And what is meant by environmental resistance? That means factors which limits the population size. I think up to that it is clear. Now we can proceed to next area. This is the last topic for today's discussion, life history variation. Life history variation. See, reproductive fitness is needed for the survival of the species. Species survival, because members should be produced, offspring should be produced. So reproductive fitness is also called Darwinian fitness. High R value. High R value, B minus D, high R value in the natural habitats. Some organisms breed only once in their lifetime. You may be studying zoology, Semelparus. Example is Pacific salmon, where you already studied Anandromus, Catandromus in zoology. Then plant-side bamboo. While some organisms can breed many times, that is called Heteroparus. Example is mammals and most of the birds. Some organism will produce large number of small-sized offspring. That is why large numbers of size will be decreased. Example is oysters and pelagic fishes. Example in NCERT, so it can come for exam. While others produce small number of large-sized offspring. When size increases, number decreases. Example for it is birds and mammals. All these are related with the evolution and ecological aspects. This area is an important part of modern research. Now comes an introduction of the idea population interactions. In this world, existence of a single species in natural habitat is almost absent. Why? Why it is so? That indicates to live and survive, more species are needed. Cooperation or interaction is a must. These interactions can be three types. That is what we will be learning in next episode. One is beneficial, sign is plus. One is detrimental, sign is negative. And third is neutral, sign is 0. Remember, you studied in phonetics, 3 codes. Same manner. This is the second area where this 3 code comes. Now, population interaction, a table given where protocooperation is not in the syllabus, but just mention species A and B will be getting benefit. Both will be getting benefit. So this area we'll be discussing in the next episode. That is the last episode for the chapter organism and population. Now, as usual, 5 theory question given there and 5 NEET model question given there with the key. Hoping that it is clear to all of you. So we can just rewind to notice what all things we learned in this episode. So organism and population, it is the second part. Introduction, after that growth model, life history variation, population interaction, introduction, then questions. Now we introduce this topic, that is growth generally means increase and what is meant by increase. Here mainly dealing with an increase in the number. And based on different life history variations, extend up to population interactions, etc. It's all based on growth models. So next is growth models. So we have to study 2 growth models, exponential growth and logistic growth, where we can find a famous NCERT graph where both are represented. Exponential in pink color, blue-green is logistic. Very famous graph, equation also given. Here Rn is there, Rn. And when we come to logistic, carrying capacity plays a role. And this is what is called asymptote. Okay. Now, exponential growth. How it takes place, or what is other name? That is here, the growth is in a geometric fashion of growth. Because resources will be unlimited like food and space, etc. So maximum offsprings will be produced. According to Darwinian, we will be remembering natural selection theory, exponential geometric fashion. And this intrinsic rate of natural increase is called biotic potential, small r. Then any increase or decrease in population 0 during time t is dn by dt. That is equals birth minus death into n. B minus D equals R. So dn by dt equals R. B means per capita birth rate, D means per capita death rate. After that, few numerals they given is an important question for us. And R value for India, that is a range given. Slight variations may be possible. Generally, we'll be taking 0.00742 0.0147. Slight variations may be possible. And approximate data I given there. Okay, now next is regarding equation, etc. And what is the shape? Shape become J. Then next is exponential equation, nt equals n0 e raised to rt. What are the meaning or letter stands for? Then we entered into logistic growth. Logistic means a limit beyond which not possible. Because nature has a capacity to carry the population beyond which no further growth is possible. This limit is nature's carrying capacity letter is K. So a new letter comes K for that species in that habitat. And a population growing in a habitat with limited resources show initially lag phase, followed by acceleration and deceleration, and finally an asymptote, where population density reaches the carrying capacity. So this will be the line. Here we can find K, carrying capacity. And graphical representation we'll be getting in a sigmoid curve. Previous one, sudden growth, like a J-shaped curve. Here it is sigmoid. And this type of population growth is often called worst per logistic growth. Formula is dn by dt equals Rn, k minus n by k, k is carrying capacity. And here a part I written, k minus n by k influence of environmental resistance over the biotic potential. Under normal natural condition, logistic growth model is more realistic one. Then environmental resistance means factors which limits the population size. After that, life history variation, why or what is the need for it, connected with the reproductive fitness and survival. Reproductive fitness, Darwinian fitness, high R value. Then some organism breed only once, that is called semelparous. Example is specific salmon and bamboo. Salmon, you'll be remembering anandromous, catandromous events. While some organism can breed many times, it is called heteroparous, like mammals and most birds. Then counter. Some organism will produce a large number of small-sized offspring, that is oysters, pelagic fishes, while others produce a small number of large-sized offspring, birds, mammals, etc. All these are related with the evolution and ecological aspect. And this area, according to NCERT, is an important area and is undergoing a severe research in modern times. Now comes population interaction. What is meant by population interaction? See, in this world, existence of a single species in natural habitat is almost absent. That means many species are occurring simultaneously. And that is, cooperation interaction is a must. Interactions can be three types: beneficial plus, detrimental minus, neutral zero. Remember, phonetics, these three codes again will be utilizing. And this is the specific table given in NCERT, a usual question. Identify which symbol stands, etc. One extra given there, proto-cooperation, that is presently not in NCERT, but still mentioned it, plus plus. Then as usual, 5 theory question, 5 NEET model question with the key. If you like this episode, please subscribe Ace Botane, share it, comment on it, and remember, questions will be parallelly posting every day. NEET dose, now it is for 2026, 2025 today getting over exam. So 2026 will be starting today itself. So all the best, take care, thank you, we can meet later.